Treasury vote.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much, and thank you for the question. You know what? When we talk about growth and opportunity, when you talk about opportunity and raising the taxes for taxpayers in New Brunswick, I think that's a great opportunity. Hey! There you go. And I'm sure that we will talk more about that. But you know what, Mr. Speaker? I didn't have a chance last week to congratulate the Premier once again, and in particular the headline, which counts towards today's budget. Today's federal budget day, right? And I love this headline. Trudeau could learn from Higgs. That's a wonderful headline. Trudeau could learn from Higgs, and we'll hope that he does. And the New Brunswick budget was a prudent plan for future rather than a mad dash to spend money for the sake of spending it. So when we're talking about growth and opportunity, we're talking about tax reductions, we're talking about future generations, we're talking about spending and saving for the future and spending money strategically for the future. Building on the sweeping income tax cuts his government introduced last fall, the Premier chose to target new spending in key sectors while leaving more money in New Brunswickers' wallets.
Minister of Finance and Treasury Board.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and thank you for the question. You know what? Tax cuts are the reason the revenue is going down. Tax cuts. Now that I've explained that to the members of the opposition, I'll go back to quoting this article because it's a fabulous article that everybody should read. Jay Goldberg is with the Canadian Taxpayers Federation. So let's go on. It's a commentary from Jay. Given that the Higgs government came to power in the fall of 2018 and led the province throughout the pandemic, the fact that the government can boast a lowering of debt by $2 billion shows the seriousness with which this government has taken its financial responsibilities. Ontario Premier Doug Ford came to power in the same year as Higgs did. Ontario's debt has grown by nearly 20% since, and New Brunswick's debt has shrunk by about the same amount. Mr. Speaker, that's growth, that's opportunity.
Minister of Finance and Treasury Board.
I've told you all along that the drop in revenue is due to tax cuts. There you go. Please take that to heart. So back to the article I was reading. It's fascinating reading, Mr. Speaker. It's fascinating reading. It's hard to get away from it. New Brunswick is the only province in Canada that can say it has a lower debt load than it did 5 years ago. New Brunswick's the only one. We have a lower debt load now than we had 5 years ago when this government took over. Recent income tax cuts are saving families real money. A taxpayer earning $75,000 in New Brunswick today pays $664 less in provincial income taxes than that same taxpayer would in Nova Scotia. We're doing that much better than Nova Scotia, Mr. Speaker. Once again, if you're making $75,000, you're paying $664 less in provincial income taxes than that same taxpayer would living in Nova Scotia. Welcome to New Brunswick. We'll save you money. We'll save you in taxes.